Ladies and gentlemen, there are two kinds of people in this world: those who wait for things to happen and those who make things happen. Which one are you? You see, success isn't something that just falls into your lap. It's not handed to you, wrapped up in a pretty little bow. No, success is earned. It's built, brick by brick, through discipline, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief in yourself. If you want to dominate, if you want to stand at the top of your game, whatever that may be, you have to train for it. You have to condition your mind, your body, and your spirit. You have to put in the work when no one is watching, when no one is cheering your name. You have to push yourself past your comfort zone, because nothing worth having is ever comfortable. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when the voices in your head whisper, "This is too hard, you're not good enough." And in those moments, you have a choice. You can listen to the doubt, or you can drown it out with action. You can remind yourself that every champion, every legend, every leader has stood right where you are, at the crossroads of quit and continue. And the ones who made history, they chose to continue. Domination doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from obesity. It comes from showing up when you're tired, when you're broken, when you have every excuse to stop, but refuse to use a single one. It comes from repetition, from perfecting your craft over and over again until there is no competition, because you are the standard. So I ask you today, are you ready to train like a champion? Are you ready to discipline yourself like a warrior? Are you ready to sacrifice comfort for greatness? Because if you are, the world will have no choice but to remember your name. Train to dominate. Work like no one else so you can live like no one else. And when your time comes, when the lights are bright and the moment is yours, you won't just show up, you'll take over. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who wait for things to happen and those who make things happen. Which one are you? This question is more than just words. It's a challenge. Life doesn't reward those who sit back and wait for opportunities to fall into their lap. It rewards those who take action, those who step forward with determination, and those who refuse to let circumstances dictate their future. The difference between success and mediocrity is not talent, luck, or privilege. It's mindset. It's the willingness to do what others won't. Waiting is easy, it's comfortable, it's safe, but comfort never leads to greatness. Too many people live their lives in anticipation of the perfect moment. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, they'll take the leap when the timing is right, they'll pursue their dreams when everything falls into place. But here's the truth: there is no perfect moment. There is no magical time when everything lines up just right. If you keep waiting, you'll wake up years from now realizing you've wasted time you can never get back. On the other hand, there are those who make things happen. They don't wait for permission and they don't wait for the stars to align. They step forward, ready or not, and figure things out along the way. They take risks, they make mistakes, and they learn from every setback. These are the people who understand that success is not given, it's earned through relentless effort and an unshakable belief in their ability to create the future they want. Making things happen doesn't mean you'll never face failure. In fact, failure is inevitable. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Some people let it break them. Others use it as fuel. The ones who dominate, the ones who reach the highest levels, are those who refuse to let failure define them. They treat every setback as a lesson, every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the most influential leaders. None of them got to where they are by sitting on the sidelines. They took risks, they embraced the grind, they trained harder, worked longer, and pushed past obstacles that would have stopped others in their tracks. They understood that progress requires action, even when the path is uncertain. So ask yourself, are you waiting for things to happen, or are you making them happen? Are you standing on the sidelines hoping for change, or are you stepping onto the field ready to create it? The choice is yours, but understand this: those who wait will always be at the mercy of those who take action. If you want to dominate, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to move. You have to step forward with confidence, even when you don't have all the answers. Opportunities don't come knocking, you have to go out and find them. Success doesn't come easy, you have to earn it. And if you truly want to win, you can't afford to wait. The world belongs to those who take action. Be one of them. Success isn't something that just falls into your lap. It's not handed to you, wrapped up in a pretty little bow. No, success is earned. It's built brick by brick through discipline, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief in yourself. Many people have dreams, but few are willing to put in the work required to turn those dreams into reality. They admire greatness from afar, but they are not willing to endure the pain, the discipline, and the commitment that greatness demands. The truth is, success is not about wishing. It's about working. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, even when the process is grueling, and even when no one is watching. Discipline is the foundation of every achievement. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's practicing your craft when others are taking a break. It's saying no to distractions, to laziness, to every excuse that tries to hold you back. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, potential is never realized. Those who dominate in any field, whether it's sports, business, art, or leadership, are those who have trained themselves to show up, to put in the hours, and to stay committed long after the excitement fades. But discipline alone isn't enough. You have to be willing to sacrifice. That means giving up short-term pleasures for long-term success. It means choosing progress over comfort. It means making decisions based on where you want to be, not where you are right now. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are the ones who are willing to give up temporary gratification for something greater. They sacrifice nights out for extra hours of practice. They sacrifice comfort for the pain of growth. They sacrifice being liked by everyone for staying true to their vision. And then there's belief. If you don't believe in yourself, no amount of discipline or sacrifice will be enough. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, if you doubt your ability, if you let fear and insecurity take over, you will fail before you even begin. But if you train your mind to believe, to truly believe that you are capable of achieving greatness, you will find a way. You will push past obstacles that would have stopped you before. You will see challenges as opportunities rather than roadblocks. Success is built through consistency. It's not about one big moment. It's about the small choices you make every single day, the hours you put in when no one is watching, the extra effort when others have given up, the commitment to improvement even when progress seems slow. It's about showing up day after day, even when motivation fades, even when results aren't immediate. People who dominate their fields don't rely on luck. They rely on preparation. They train relentlessly. They develop habits that separate them from the pack. They refuse to let circumstances control their destiny because they understand that success is not given, it's earned. So if you truly want to succeed, ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to commit, to sacrifice, to discipline yourself beyond what is comfortable? Are you willing to believe in yourself even when no one else does? Because if you are, nothing can stop you. Success is earned, not given. Go out and earn it. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when the voices in your head whisper, this is too hard, you're not good enough. And in those moments, you have a choice. You can listen to the doubt or you can drown it out with action. Every journey toward greatness comes with obstacles. No one who has ever dominated their field has done so without struggle. Whether it's self-doubt, failure, criticism, or setbacks, there will always be something trying to hold you back. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is how they respond to those moments. Do they let fear win or do they keep pushing? Do they surrender to their doubts or do they silence them with relentless action? Quitting is easy. Giving up requires no effort. It's the path most people take when things get hard. But here's the truth. Nothing worth having comes easy. If success were simple, everyone would have it. The reason only a few people truly dominate is that they refuse to stop, no matter how difficult the road gets. They understand that pain, struggle, and failure are not signs to quit. They are signs that they are on the right path. Growth comes from resistance. Strength comes from adversity. Doubt will always be there. It will creep into your mind in moments of exhaustion and frustration. It will tell you that you're wasting your time, that you're not talented enough, that you'll never make it. But doubt is a liar. It is not real. It is only real if you choose to believe it. And the way to defeat doubt is not with words, it's with action. When you feel unmotivated, take action. When you feel insecure, take action. When everything in you is screaming to stop, take action. Because action builds momentum, and momentum destroys doubt. Every champion, every leader, every icon has stood in the same place you are standing now, at the crossroads of quit and continue. And the ones who made history, they chose to continue. They chose to keep going when every part of them wanted to stop. They chose to believe in themselves when no one else did. Think about some of the greatest success stories in history. Every one of them has faced rejection, failure, and moments of complete uncertainty. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. If any of them had listened to the doubt, if they had let failure define them, they would have faded into obscurity. But they didn't. They took action. They worked harder. They doubled down on their belief. And in the end, the world had no choice but to acknowledge their greatness. The road to dominance is filled with moments where you'll want to turn back. When your body is tired, when your mind is overwhelmed, when the results aren't coming as fast as you want them to. But those moments are the test. Those moments are where true winners are made. Success isn't about talent alone. It's about resilience. It's about your ability to push past the pain, to keep moving forward when every excuse is telling you to stop. So when you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Push forward, take action, show the world, and more importantly, show yourself that nothing can break you. Because once you decide that quitting is not an option, there is nothing that can stop you from reaching your highest potential. Domination doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from obsession. It comes from showing up when you're tired, when you're broken, when you have every excuse to stop but refuse to use a single one. It comes from repetition, from perfecting your craft over and over again until there is no competition, because you are the standard. Most people think talent is what separates the best from the rest, but that's not true. Talent can give you a head start, but it won't sustain you. The ones who dominate their field aren't just talented, they are relentless. They are obsessed with improving, obsessed with pushing their limits, obsessed with becoming the best version of themselves. They don't just work hard when they feel motivated. They work hard every single day, whether they feel like it or not. Obsession means going beyond what is required. It means practicing longer, studying harder, and refusing to accept mediocrity. And it means treating every single day as an opportunity to get better. If you want to dominate, you can't be like everyone else. You can't train like them, think like them, or work like them. Because if you do, you'll get the same results they do. The people at the top didn't get there by being average. They got there by putting in more effort, by doing the extra reps, by studying their craft when others were sleeping, by refusing to be satisfied with good enough. Repetition is what separates greatness from mediocrity. Every master was once a beginner. Every legend started from scratch. The only difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't stop. They kept refining their skills over and over again until their craft became second nature. They practiced the same moves, the same techniques, the same strategies so many times that they no longer had to think about them. They just executed flawlessly. Look at the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the most brilliant artists. They didn't wake up one day and find themselves at the top. They put in the hours. They trained their minds and bodies to perform at a level that others couldn't match. They focused on the smallest details, knowing that mastery is built through relentless repetition. Kobe Bryant would practice the same shot thousands of times. Elon Musk studied engineering and business until he understood things better than the experts. These people didn't rely on talent, they relied on obsession. There will always be people more talented than you. There will always be people with better connections, more resources, and more advantages. But none of that matters if they don't outwork you. And most people won't. Most people aren't willing to be obsessed. Most people aren't willing to train until exhaustion, to study until their mind is numb, to refine their skills to the point where there is no competition. When you are obsessed, you don't need motivation, you create it. You don't rely on inspiration, you act regardless of how you feel. You don't make excuses, you make progress. And over time, that obsession transforms you. It turns you into a force that cannot be ignored, a competitor that cannot be matched, a leader that sets the standard. So the question is, are you willing to be obsessed? Are you willing to commit to the grind, to embrace repetition, to push past exhaustion and into excellence? Because if you are, there is no limit to what you can achieve. But if you're not, if you let laziness, distractions, or doubt get in the way, someone else will take the spot that should have been yours. Train until there is no competition. Work until your performance is undeniable. Repeat until excellence is the only option. Be obsessed or be forgotten. The path to domination is not for the weak. It's not for those who seek comfort, who wait for opportunities, or who back down when things get tough. It's for those who train relentlessly, who sacrifice for their goals, and who refuse to quit, no matter what stands in their way. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need luck, and you don't need to wait for the right moment. You need discipline. You need obsession. You need the courage to push forward when doubt creeps in and the resilience to rise every time you fall. So I leave you with this. Will you be the one who waits, or will you be the one who dominates? Will you let excuses define your future, or will you train, work, and fight until your success is undeniable? The choice is yours. But remember, those who train to dominate are the ones the world remembers. Be relentless. Be obsessed. And when your moment comes, don't just show up. Take over.